Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss the X-ray imaging technique, how the X-ray is used to take the internal body images. The X-rays has been discovered by Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, a German physicist, in 1895. He reported this discovery of new rays and got the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1901. What are X-rays? These are form of electromagnetic energy which travels at the speed of light. How these X-rays has been produced? These X-rays has been produced in a tube which is known as the X-ray tube, where a stream of electron is accelerated by applying a high voltage between cathode and anode. Metal shielding around X-ray tubes absorbs unwanted X-rays and a beam of X-ray emerges. A beam of X-ray is then directed through a patient onto a film. The resulting unabsorbed X-rays causes blackening of a photographic film. The developed film provides a shadow image of the patient. Then image provides some measures of the attenuation of X-rays in the tissue. This is the typical setup of X-ray machine where there is an X-ray tube, a collimator through which the X-ray is projected on a particular portion of a patient, the patient table, cassette below the patient table where the photographic film is placed on which the image is being captured. So here you can see the X-ray of the bones. On the right hand side there is a normal humerus bone, and on the left hand side there's a fractured bone. We can clearly see the internal anatomy of our body by using the X-rays. Although it is a very effective technique, there are certain disadvantages of this technique. Since X-rays are ionization radiation and can alter the molecules in the tissue and the cells, it can be mutagenic and can cause cancer, so it should be avoided during the X-ray or during the pregnancy. You can use the alternative imaging techniques, for example the MRI and ultrasound. Now we can see a short video on how the X-ray is being used for taking the internal body image.
X-ray technology utilizes high-energy rays that can pass through certain body tissue and create imagery vital to diagnosis and treatment. The X-ray machine is composed of an X-ray tube that contains a pair of electrodes or conductors called a cathode and an anode. The cathode is a filament that releases energy with the introduction of an electrical current, much like that of a light bulb. The cathode energy is released in the form of electrons. The anode, located on the opposite end of the X-ray tube, is a disc made of tungsten, a material that attracts the electrons. When the electrons released from the cathode come in contact with the tungsten, they release energy in the form of photons. These highly energized photons are channeled through a lead cylinder and a series of filters, creating an X-ray beam. The X-ray beam is a high-energy beam that can be absorbed only by dense body tissues, such as bone. During an X-ray, a radiographic film is placed behind the patient, and the patient is placed between the film and the X-ray machine. The X-ray machine then focuses the energy beam at the specific area of the patient's body. As the X-ray energy passes through the patient's body, the photons of the beam reach the film and cause a chemical reaction. The areas where X-ray energy passes through the body become black, while the areas where energy is absorbed by the bones appear white. This process produces a radiographic, which is commonly referred to as an X-ray.
Thank you for watching the video.